launch your income. Come on in, friends. We are just getting started. Appreciate you all being here. And thank you so much for joining. We'll get started in a second. And let me know if you have any questions. There we go. Have that on. Let me mute that. Appreciate you all joining. We'll get started in just a second. Appreciate you all coming in. We like the live. Hello, Michelle. How are you? I was a busy lady this Friday. It don't even feel like Friday. It's like Tuesday. That's how I feel about the week. It was like, I don't feel like a Friday. The week is just a blur. He said we're back. Yes. I finally got on. I was running late, friend. Thank you so much for being here. I have back-to-back calls. So I feel like, again, I did not accomplish any of my list of things I wanted to do during my downtime. So, and the only downtime I had was like all of 15, 20 minutes. So it is all well. TikTok said my lighting isn't the greatest. I don't know what that means. Is that better? I'll turn that on. Make it a little bit lighter. How are you? So I'm getting ready for a break, but it's taking too long. I need a real nap. You really? Oh gosh, did you did you have a video you released? Is that what the premieres are? I guess I should have asked that offline, but I think that's what that is. When the premieres come up, something notified me when I was in my meeting. It popped up. Oh, you look awesome, and your sound is it really? Thank you so much. Didn't do anything different. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I didn't do anything different. I just okay. And we'll just start with that. Okay, yes. All right, I'm starting. Hello, TikTok. It is Dr. Lisa. Launch your income. Come on in, friends. We are talking all things live with ease and confidence. I want you to feel confident that you can do this and go live. Whether you are nervous, shy, scared, introverted, any of those things, come on in. We're going to get to talking and chatting. Danny, how are you? Danielle, thank you so much. Aretha, how are you? Dion, Diane, how are you, friend? Thank you for the daily heartbeat. Looked at names, I was like, oh, okay. Marcia, thank you so much. Marissa, amazing family, thank you for joining. How are you, friend? Hey, you appreciate you, friend. Martina, how are you? Like I just didn't see meet with you. I was like, hey, how are you, friend? Come on in. So yeah, you guys know I do one-on-one consultations and stuff. So let me say this out loud since there's just a few people in the room. My one-on-ones are a 2-for-1 package. Tomorrow is going to be the last day that I offer that particular package. Thank you so much, Julianne. How are you, friend? Thank you, Martina. So, Aunt Peace, how are you, friend? So it's going to be the last day I offer the 2-for-1. So I'm going to say this out loud to y'all since there's only a few people in the room. If you want to grab it, today's the day you want to get it, or tomorrow. And I will honor, hey girl, I will honor the second meeting in the month of June, recognizing, and not a bad thing. It is a reevaluation, reassessing how I'm allocating time. And so I realized I need to be a little bit more intentional with what time I have available. So that second meeting is a meeting that I have to add after the fact. So we do the first meeting, we schedule it, all as well. Second meeting, then I'm trying to fit it into other meetings and other obligations. So it's become one of those things where it was a nice idea in the beginning. And I tell you guys, always add value. Make sure you are supporting your community. But at some point, you got to factor in sustainability. And so that's what happened. So now I'm at a point where I'm like, okay, it's not sustainable to have both those meetings out there like that. So I'm going to switch to one meeting. So that'll happen in the month of June. And so if you want to grab it, it is the time to do it. I say that to you guys now. Thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much for being here. Notification, I saw that you joined, so don't come in here offering any shenanigans, friend. Thank you very much for coming in, but do not put any shenanigans in my chat because I'm going to have to block and mute you, friend. Thank you so much. I just saw that. You know, they send those little notifications talking about this meeting is violation of whatever. Don't do that. Don't even do that. Just keep it moving. You wasted your time and wasting my time too, friend. All right, come on in. I appreciate you all joining. Thank you so much. Thank you, Martina. I appreciate you so much. Doris, how are you, friend? Big favor. How you doing, Cleo? Thank you all who are coming into the room. Continue to like the live. Continue to share out the live. We're gonna get to sharing the live. I'm gonna share my own live. Yeah, you guys, just so that you guys know, there are those type of messages since, again, we're a small group right now. People are coming in. I was wondering how they sent those fake notifications. Yes, that's what they do. They come into your live, and then next thing you know, it's in the chat. You're in violation. Blah, blah, blah. Come on now. What I say last time? I said I was born a day. It wasn't yesterday. Just changed their name. Did they just change the name for real? Yes, you know. Anyway, I got time for that. And so they caught some of my people have come in. It's like, oh, I got a violation. It was in this notification that came, and I said, was it in the chat? They was like, yes, that wasn't real. He said, I'm just catching up. I need to recharge your buy coins. Sorry about that. Oh, no problem. How you doing, Skin Tea Spill? Appreciate your friend. How you doing, Luna? Yes. So I saw it pop in. You know, I'm always looking at the chat, so I'm paying attention. Yes, it happened to my friend the other day. Yes. Yeah, they'll come into your live and just shenanigans. You know, they don't need to do that. That is not necessary. You said, "Oh, it was you, Betsy. How are you, friend? It was you." Yeah, they messed up your whole life. That did happen to you. You know, you're not the only one. That happened to someone else too. You're not the only one, but they will do that. And so, just coming in, just being, just not right. Just not right at all. so. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Come on in. Feel free to like the live, share it out. Thank you so much, friends. And TikTok has so many different. What happened now? Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let's see. I missed it. Martina got a violation. It keeps going up. Then it went away. Oh, okay. Did you get it was in the middle of the screen? Like if you do something wrong, it ain't no mistaking it. It's not in the chat. It's never in the chat. So any of those type of messages that pop up like that, it is never in the chat. It is very much, yeah, I was all freaked out. Yes, it's never in the chat like that. So when you mess up with TikTok, it's in your face, in the middle of the screen. No mistaking. It is not an issue. And so if they put it in the chat, then it's fake. You just politely touch the words, screen pops up, mute, and block. And so that's what you want to do. No, not in the middle of the screen. Oh yeah, then it was fake. It was fake. That wasn't real. You said then it went away. Yeah, they just went away because it was fake. Yeah, so glad you told us that because I would not have known. Hello, how you doing? How are you? It says Holla Cute by Holla Cute. Love that. Good to know. Yeah, they come in here with those shenanigans, not in the chat, but in notifications. It was that was real then. It was like a system notification on in your DMs. Yeah, it must have been that. I got accepted in TikTok shop yesterday. Look at you. Look at there, friend. Awesome. Okay. But I tell people, once you get accepted, now the work begins. I made it into TikTok shop. I can do live sales now. Look at you on this account. Yes, congratulations. Okay, so let me say this, but it was a mistake. They took it away right away. Okay, that's good. That's good. So I was about to say your live is pretty straightforward. You're not doing anything that's inappropriate. So you're good. Yeah, that was clearly a mistake. I just met with So you guys know I'm with Live Legion on my other account for TTS. Um, didn't know about that, but I probably need to raise a second account for TikTok Shop. Yes, I would recommend that, friend. If you want to start now, Ant Peace, because you're still growing in your followers on this account. Either way, so you want to, maybe this becomes your TikTok Shop, and then you have another account to do your other content. Either way you want to do it, but you definitely want two, and then I said maybe three. Because really, when you get to TikTok Shop, you got to have that second account to support your shoppable lives, and I'll talk about that because it's not gets annoying to see those on here. Yes, yeah. So congrats. Yes. So here's what I tell you really quickly. So the work begins. I always talk about this. The work is going to begin when it comes to that other the shoppable account, and I met with Jessica. Jessica is the founder of Live Legion. She's part of that. She oversees, that's her agency, and she and I were talking, and I'll probably have her come probably to my other page, my other account in the future. I don't know if I'll do it here again because I want to make sure TikTok does not continue to confuse this as what I'm trying to do when it comes to shop. But what I was gonna say is that with that, with my conversation with her, really just helping you understand, and I told her, I said it'll be important for her to be very clear about the value added of her agency, and I will say it's a lot of value. She's doing a lot to make sure people are getting as much as possible from that particular from her resources, the information she shares to set you up for success when it comes to shoppable lives as well as your videos. So it's a learning curve. And so I just want to say that if you are interested, make sure you're picking an agency that's going to add value, that is going to give you as much hands-on specialized support as possible. So now it's up to you to decide which agency you want to go to. I'm not necessarily saying you got to go with Live Legion or somebody else. You got to make that personal decision on what you're trying to do and what's your goals. But I will say, with nothing else, you want to make sure you have an agency that's going to support you. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Um, yes, so let me say that. Thank you so much, Doris. Thank you for the popular vote. All who are coming in, I appreciate the vote nots. That's what it is. Hey, Doc, I need to get back in the swing of things. I took a break. Did you really? What? Okay. So, were you going live? Let me know if you were going live. How you doing, friend? Come on in, Coach. How are you? So yeah, it's hard. I know a few people had to take like small breaks. Now, what I will tell you is you definitely want to get back in the swing of things because the algorithm will kind of slow things up. So if you had any momentum, I was going live three times a week and got burnt out. Yeah, that happens. It happens in the beginning in particular. What I tell people, give it at least 60 days for you to kind of get a sense of what's going on. The first 30 is just getting acclimated. The next 30 is then becoming a little bit more of a routine for you. Actually, I say, for my IG group, I say the road to 90 days. That's what I really say because I talk about it from a monetization perspective, where the first 30 is focused on you in particular, going live, getting used to the system, building your community. The next 30 is then ideally you having your products, your solution that you're promoting and sharing and selling and doing all those things. And in 90 is where you really become more comfortable and confident in your approach. So I say the road to 90, but I think those first 60 are important for you to just to get your sea legs, to get your bearings, to get everything going, have your back end systems working, and making sure that you're talking to your community on a consistent basis so it becomes a little bit more solidified for you. But after 90, you end up missing it. Y'all, when I was on vacation and the days I missed, I was like, I'm ready to come back here and go live. Like, I really enjoyed y'all. So you get accustomed to doing this. So it takes some time though. All of you who are coming in, I see you, appreciate you. Thank you for liking it live. My friends who are TikTok shop, thank you so much, Roots. I appreciate you. My friends who got TikTok shop. So TikTok shop, do you guys let me know if I need to talk about it a little bit? I'll share a few little tips about it because I want to make sure you're starting to add products and you want to think intentionally. I miss my live community. That's it. You will miss them. I was consistent for a month, but didn't feel like I was making much traction. Um, it's hard to see the traction you're making if you're just going 3 days a week. I'm just going to be honest with you. It's hard to see that because the algorithm is still getting used to you. If you were going 4 to 5 days a week, you probably would see a shift in how many people are coming into your lives. I'll also say if you weren't doing Saturdays and Sundays are when people are free. They got free time. They can scroll. They're not as, during the work week as busy. And so you see a little bit more from that as well. So more than 3 days a week, going live on the weekends could have helped if you were not doing those things. And then obviously, daily is even better. Hello, Dr. Leveston, and guess what? I started my first live last night, Jean. Look at you. How was it, friend? How was it? Please let's talk about it. Please talk about TikTok shop. Please share what you, okay, let's see. Please share what you would do differently if you were starting fresh. Ooh. So, shop. Okay, I'm gonna talk about shop. Let me answer Halaku's question first. Queen girls, because shop is a longer conversation. Just a little bit longer. But so let me answer that question first. You're busy on the system, your energy is high. Yes. You are busy on the system, your energy is high. Thank you so much. I guess. Hello. I appreciate that. It was good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that positive solution. That's good. Thank you so much. It was more important to go more days. Say that again. Is it more important to go more days each week or longer each day? More days each week would be my recommendation. It was very low, but good. Oh, that's good though. That's day one, so that's good. Good information. Um, More days gets more visibility, and the algorithm gets used to you showing up every day, hopefully at the same time. So yes, go longer. I mean, obviously, longer is probably not. It just depends on what your availability to go longer is. Probably won't have the same impact as if you went more days of the week. That's what I would say. Um, how like you, what would I've changed? What would I've done differently? Really quickly, here's what I will say. My decision to go daily in January, I think was a great decision. I think I wouldn't have jumped on an agency too early, the early as I did. I don't think I would have done that as early as I did. I probably would, and this is kind of a recommendation I give now, I probably would have given myself like the first, you know, at least 3 weeks. I was about to say the first month, but I could see 3 weeks. I would have given it a little longer, a little bit more discernment, probably researched some more agencies before I made a decision on that one. So I think that's what I would have done differently. It's just something about just having options. And in my mind, I didn't do enough research to have options. So I was just going with the first one. But I was going with the first one because everybody around me was saying that. And I think the algorithm obviously will kind of segment you. And so that's all I was seeing was this segment that was also with GQ. So I think that was part of it. Let me see. The Flash Goal is out here. Heart Me, you guys already know the Heart Me. TikTok plays games with us, y'all. This is a game because we know already. I went live from my dance class today. Look at there. That was cool, wasn't it? I would think so. That was nice. How was the turnout? Makes sense. Thank you. You're welcome. I went for an hour. Today I went for an hour last week. Diamond Dots. Oh, look at there. That's good. Oh, I love the Diamond Dots. That was a phase my daughter was in, and I so enjoyed that one. That phase. You know how they go through phases. She was in the Diamond Dots phase for a minute. The Asians can be a super pushy. They definitely know how to flatter and pressure you. Us. Yes, 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 absolutely. And so you don't know what you don't know. And so for me, that's actually what I was sharing. How you doing, Doris? Thank you so much. That's actually what I was sharing with Jessica when we met. Like, you don't know what you don't know. So as new people on this platform, and many of my, I always say your community is a reflection of you. So how I came to this space it was new for me. I'm still trying to get my bearings, and you're trying to understand digital marketing, social media, TikTok, and its own uniqueness from the other platforms. So you're getting an understanding of this, and then you layer in information about an agency. You're like, what's an agency? Information about TikTok Shop. You're like, what's a TikTok Shop? What's an affiliate? You're trying to take all that in, as well as trying to go live in your live community. So I think there's something to be said about agencies that will approach you to make sure that there's a level of transparency, and then that there is maybe a different a level of training that happens, or education that needs to happen as an agency is approaching people. And so you, as a live host consumer, is trying to discern what is the right agency for you. And then agencies also need to be able to speak to the value proposition of that agency, and also what's in it for you, but also what's in it for them. Because at some point they're benefiting off you. So you got to make sure that if they're going to benefit off you, that it is that you're fully aware of how they're benefiting, and you can decide if that is the agency you truly want to go with. So yeah, anyway, that was kind of a sidebar conversation, but just recognize that we're all new at this, and as you're learning and you're growing, you want to make sure that you're doing as much research as possible before you decide which agency to go with. Solving Mind, how are you, friend? How are you? Come on in, friends. We're going to get to tapping and sharing. We got the flash goals, so if you have not sent the daily heart me, please send that. TikTok, hey, how you doing? TikTok gave us the flash goal of the daily heart me. I don't know why they did that to us. But yeah, that's what we got going on, friends. Okay, so I'm going to talk about TTS. Queens Girl, look at you leveled up. Thank you so much for the level up. Level 14, look at your friend. Um, since you have TTS now that you're approved, you want to go in and obviously accept TTS. You want to make sure that you do some of those early training videos. There's a few campaigns in there. There's also the product marketplace where you can decide which products you want to promote. I think it's important that you are very intentional about your product selections, particularly if you're going to be in a specific niche. So what I've done, and honestly, would like to change my approach and switch up products a little bit, but I'm really in electronics. And so you can see in this showcase, and then in the other showcase that I have for Dr. Lisa Shops, I'm in, oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yes, Michelle, I'm going to do my commercial in just a second too. Fiercely taking notes. Oh, you're so sweet. I have leveled up to level 7. You did. Look at you. You did. Congratulations, Jean. Appreciate you. How you doing, ATE? Appreciate you joining. So, as you are deciding products, so I'm electronics. I would like to do some beauty, and I would like to do some wellness. Wellness for me is kind of a broad perspective on wellness, because it will be supplements, some physical health type products, like exercise type products, as well as some exercise gear type things. So health broadly. So I got to probably kind of hone in on that a little bit more, but I broadly say wellness. And because I'm trying to do all three, it may impact my TikTok Shop algorithm as well, because they're going to see me as an electronics person. So I got to be careful about that. We'll see if I'm able to switch. But beauty tends to have the higher level of commissions. So you want to pay attention to commissions. Here's what I would tell you: when you go into product marketplace, again, know what type of category or niche you're going to pick. Try to decide what that is. So you can have up to 3, but try to decide which one you're really going to try to hone in on. Then you will pick products from there. Products, there's 3 categories or 3 things I tell people to pay attention to. You want to pay attention to products in terms of their sales. So if you pick a product that doesn't have a lot of sales, there's not enough market interest. So that's not a top selling product. That may not be a trending product. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you're picking products that are trending, top selling. So again, that market interest is going to drive people to your page, because they're searching for that. They're picking that product is being sought after. And so you want to make sure you have a sought after product. That's first thing. So sales matter. 10,000 or higher, 25, 50 is better. Even higher than that is greater, is even better. So pick products that have some sales. The other thing you want to pay attention to is somewhat reviews, okay? So products that have reviews that are like 4.5 or better is ideal. Um, Meaning that people aren't saying that the product sucks. People are not writing bad reviews. So you want products like that. I think average is around 4.3. So you want to pay attention to that. But 4.5 and higher is even better. And then last thing is commissions. So how much do you stand to earn off of making shoppable videos or doing shoppable lives? Kind of pay attention to that. Again, compare it to other sellers. You might have to strike a balance, and that's what I often do. So when you guys, I'm doing my shoppable live today at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on my other accounts. Thank you all. Thank you all who are in here. If you haven't got to the daily heart me, please grab it. I'm gonna pin it again. So TikTok has it as our flash goal. So we'll see how this goes, guys. Appreciate you all coming in. Mel, how are you, friend? Thank you for joining. Miss Kim, how are you doing? Come on in. I saw you as well. Kels, thank you for joining. So here's what I will say. Doris, thank you for liking the live. And make sure you guys like. I didn't share my live. I got to share it. So you do recommend another account to do TikTok? Yes, absolutely. Yes, because it will overtake your information. So last thing I was saying was commission. Commission, it will overtake your algorithm if you don't have a separate account. I'm working on dinner, cooking it, and working on my diamond dots. Look at you. Appreciate you, friend. Yes, definitely recommend a second account. That's best practice. I would say so, yes. Um, what I will say in terms of commission, so for me, when I'm picking between, I told you products sold, ratings, and then commission, I may see a seller that has a lot of added value. Maybe they have a flash sale, maybe they have free shipping, maybe there's some other things that I can speak to as I promote it, as I do a video for it, or I do my shoppable lives. I will pick in and out of sellers. I will switch people out because I'm looking for a way to promote the product. And then when it comes to commission, I may look at a product that has a lower commission, but I think I can talk about it better because they got a free shipping, they got that flash sale. I can share that information. So maybe there's a slight discount, a slight deduction when it comes to commission that I'll pick a product that way. So that's just my own logic behind it. So I can really promote a product and be able to speak to the added value. Here's the features and benefits. Here's all the things that you can do to get this deal. So what I promote on is based on tech, steals, and deals. That's what I try to say. So for me, it's all about how that product is packaged. Um, you said won't lose all my followers and stuff. No, when you create a new account, you're starting with new followers and stuff. You were starting with new followers and stuff. Yes. So you start over. So Holly Q can speak to that. She's a great example of somebody who has a huge following on her other account. Here, she had to start from scratch, but she was intentional because she didn't want to compromise her other account with her followers and her content. She didn't want to mess with that algorithm. She wanted to keep that focused on that type of content that she's creating. And then this account that she's doing, the Hella Cute Collar Cute, is her new page, her new account. And she started from scratch with that. Thank you so much for listening to me. So I would say definitely be intentional. Hello, Diamond. How are you, friend? Appreciate you all coming in. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all supporting the live. As you guys know, really quickly, let me do my quick commercial real quick. So as you guys are coming in, thank you so much. You do know that I have the other page that I co-stream very intentionally. Let me show you all real quick. I always show this. I am co-streaming on the tube, so you guys see me here. This is something I do intentionally to make sure you guys know how to get information from me both on TikTok and the YT. Anything I say here, if I said something, and I was just talking about TTS, the other stuff, the affiliate program. I was just talking about that. If I said something that you want to go back and listen to, that's great. You can go back, and then it's a playlist. So I made this a playlist so you can go, and that's why I co-stream on on here. Make sure you guys also, if you haven't gotten the Daily Heartbeat, go ahead and grab that. I don't know if we're gonna get our flash though, but that's okay. We will be fine, you all. And so I do this on this page. I co-stream so I can build up my YT channel. I want to be intentional about that. My moderator is Yes Michelle Crochets. So if you want to go over there and connect with her, she's also my YouTube coach. She's helping me with building my channel out. There's definitely some things I need to do to check off the list to make sure I'm optimizing. So she's giving me all the information I need. I just need to activate it a little bit more. But with that being said, I do co-stream and I've been able to grow. I'm telling you guys right now, I've grown this channel based on starting off the second week of April to today, where I have 300 new followers. So I'm gonna cheer to that. So it is something where you want to be intentional. So I give this tip as a way for you to think very intentionally about how do you grow your channel, how do you make sure that you are thinking very intentionally about strategy to build up that other page, your YT page, because it becomes another area where you can get monetization. So in particular, when you think about people going to your content 5-10 years from now, they're searching for your type of content. They look at the clickable link in your description or in your video, whatever you're offering, they can get that then as well. And as you go over 500 to 1,000 subscribers, plus your watch hours, 3,000 and 4,000 watch hours, you can monetize that way as well. So I share that with you because I want you guys to know that that is something you want to consider. And if you have not subscribed to me already, please subscribe. And if you go to my video, same page, same name, Dr. Lisa Launch Your Income. My moderator, she'll come over here. Her name is Yes Michelle Crochets. Thank you so much, Dime. I appreciate your friend. Thank you. You'll see where we'll also subscribe to your channel. So that's what I want to get out. So you go to our channel, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe to any of our videos. We get notifications. We can do the same for you. Okay? Thank you all. I appreciate you all being here. Definitely continue to connect. I'm going to teach. Oh, thank you to support you there. I appreciate your friend. Hey, friends, how are you? Thank you so much. All right, let's see. Yes, definitely connect with people. Oh, my friend, we don't want to use Scoop. Don't use that Arlo. Is that Arlo? So, hey, friend, that's fine. The whole Scoop, don't scoop. No, we don't do that. That's part of that language from the Grow Rooms. We are a learn room. I intentionally have that. I teach how to go live. I teach how to engage. I want you all to support tech sales. Thank you so much, friends. I want you to like the live, share the live out, comments. Your comment matters. But if you use the word scoop, that means that's part of that whole grow room culture. And TikTok will block you. So I want you guys to be careful about that. TikTok will block you as well as filter out your comments because that is not the right etiquette. Okay, friends? So I say that because I also know people in here. Yes, thank you. I know people in here are also, you say no scoops. No scoops. No follows, no gotchas, none of that. And so people in here, you guys are trying to grow your communities and you want to make sure people are engaging in your live, your community correctly. So I teach that on purpose because I want you all to go back and I want you to be successful. If your community is sitting back and they're not engaging, then you're not going to be able to grow. I mean, that's the reality. TikTok is paying attention to how people are coming here live and how they're liking a live, sharing a live, how they, if you look over here, I always say, look at the number. Martina, do me a favor. Go ahead and click that number up there. We got a small room right now. Oh, put that press. We got a small room right now. Thank you all. Appreciate you. So if you click that number, you'll see who are the top engagers. It shows people are coming in and out. And you'll show who are the top engagers. And then you can see all those people who are top engagers you want to pay attention to, you want to follow. FYP, appreciate your friend. And then it will show you in that question mark, very intentionally in that question mark, it'll show you who are, yes, I see that, yeah. And how do you get points for your engagement? It shows you in that question mark, following people. I'm sorry, not following people, liking the live, commenting, gift count, watch time. That's how you're ranked. So you want to make sure you are actively engaging. Rosie, how are you, friend? Empowered, how you doing, friend? Thank you all for being in the live. We're gonna connect. Okay, so what I was doing, thank you so much for liking a lot. Thank you for the finger heart. What I was doing was talking about TTS, Queen's Girl. Let me know if you have any other questions about that. I want to make sure I answer any questions as you get ready to embark on your TTS plans, okay? And you guys know I'm talking about TikTok Shop. So again, I am going to be doing my Shoppable Live tonight at 8:30 on my other account. It is my Dr. Lisa Shops page, okay? So I'll be doing it there. Thank you all. I see you all. Appreciate you for all the gifts. And let me know if you have any questions. I'll probably stay on another 45 minutes because what I'm doing now, especially when I have the three lives that I've done in one day. So I do my 10 o'clock, I do my 4 o'clock. Thank you, Amanda. Bye. I appreciate you, friend. I do my 10 o'clock, I do my 4 o'clock, and then I do that 8:30. I just have to have a little time in between to make sure I'm, checking emails and doing some other stuff that I need to take care of. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared. And then yesterday, just so you guys know, I say this all the time. If you are going to move forward with shoppable lives and doing shop in general, it's a learning curve. It is a learning curve. I don't want to make any mistake about it. It is a learning curve. So it really is how you are able to describe products. You're learning about the products, and then you are doing your setup, and you're trying to make sure all that information is squared away in terms of what you're talking about, how you're describing products. Thank you so much, Lady BB. How are you? How you doing, Kelsby? How are you, friend? And so you're doing all that. So yesterday I realized I didn't charge let me charge this thing right here. I did not charge my products. So I'm talking about tech products, and three of my products weren't charged. Three of my products weren't charged, and my tablet to stream the screen, do the live on wasn't charged enough. So just recognize you gotta be prepared for it, and that's the learning curve. I realize now. Okay, now I need to make sure I charge things. Um, you said, Rosie, you said, how long do you stay on for each live? You know what? I typically try to do at least, um, I try to do 90 minutes to 2 hours. It just depends on what's happening. So 2 hours, I think, is a realistic time frame that I try to stay on. And so it gets better over time, but I've evolved. So in January, I was going like 30 minutes when I first started off. And then I got to like 45 minutes. And I was proud of my 45 minutes, y'all. Because 30 minutes, I was like, ooh, that's a long time. 45 minutes seems super long. And then it got to the point where it got easier. And before I know it, I've been on this live basically 45 minutes. I think I started a little later. No, it says 35 minutes. I did start a little later. So 35 minutes. 35 minutes feel like I've been on here for 10 minutes. So it goes quickly. And before you know it, you're going an hour. You go in 90 minutes, the screen will pop up. It's like, it's been 90 minutes. And so then okay, wow. So even with my technology glitches yesterday, I literally had to end the live because my tablet started to go out on me. So I was like, oh, well, wait a minute. I need to get off because I couldn't just go live anymore. I was like 3% battery life, so I had to end it. So that was 90 minutes. I was like, wow, 90 minutes. Because I usually try to do 2 hours, maybe 2 hours and 30 minutes. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Michelle. Appreciate your support. And so it takes, before you know it, it takes, your time is just really quickly. You said that happened to me. Yes. That you're going super long before you know it, it's like 90 minutes. And TikTok will tell you, you've gone 90 minutes. Thank you so much for the finger heart. I thought 30 minutes was long and now over an hour. Yes, it goes quickly. So I don't want you all to be intimidated by it. I just realized this 4 o'clock, please, hold on one second. Tech sales, how are you, friend? Please teach us about Faceless Lives. Thanks. Ooh, Faceless Live. I originally started off with Faceless. And so TikTok's a little particular now. Thank you so much. How you doing for the level 5 cake? Look at you leveling up. If you want it to be faceless, there's a couple ways you could do it. And what I tell people is that you can turn your screen around. So just like this, when I was talking earlier and I was showing you guys my YouTube channel, turn my screen around. You can turn your screen around, and maybe you have a book or something else you're sharing with your audience. You can do that. You can do that. So that may be a way to do it. If you are going to be faceless, they also have the effects in the. So this is an effect. So maybe in the effects, maybe you have an image, because they have a couple different images, like the lion. There's Santa Claus face. There's some other things that they have in their space helmet. So I've seen people use that as a way to be faceless, and they're just playing around with the effects, but they're still communicating and connecting with their audience. And some of those lives, people will do almost like a theme base, like their live is based on kind of maybe this sci-fi or something that's a little bit more, I don't know, character based like. So just recognize that's something you can do. But if you wanted to do faceless also, you can have like your live is pointing towards a book that you're reading from a chapter and you're sharing that information. So I've seen people do that, or they'll have their angle to the camera where it's like a profile, so you never see them looking at the camera because they're reading. And I've been in a couple lives that way where people will do that type of setup as they're reading from maybe a scripture book or something like that. So a devotional book or something. I always get a puzzle piece to slide in place when I go over an hour. Yes, yes, that happens pretty frequently for me as well. So yeah, that puzzle piece will pop out of nowhere. Let me know, Textiles, was that helpful for you? When it comes to shop, there's the turntable. If you want to show a product that way, you can have the turntable available and you can share the product that way. So that could be another way you do it. Teresa, thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all. Earlier today, I shared with you all that I have to update my app. So I want to make sure I said that out loud to you all, because I had to update my app. And essentially what I was doing is TikTok has updates that they send, and I think because they just did the most recent community guidelines, you saw where the update is in there. So if you have not done it, you want to go to your Google or your Apple Play Store, and I think it's Google Play and Apple Store, to click TikTok and update the apps that way. So you want to make sure you do that. Thank you all for supporting the live. I appreciate you all. Let me know if you have not shared the live. I'm going to walk through. If you are new to my live, just say new in the chat. I have a few new people who've come in. I appreciate you all coming in. Thank you for supporting the live. And if you're new to the live, just say new. And then we're going to share out the live. Sharing out the live, you could do what's called a power share, where if you touch my nose or my glasses, I have not shared my own live out, so I usually will share it out to my supporters so that they know I am here. And so this becomes another way people can connect with you. So you always want to share out your live. And again, like I said, I hadn't done it yet, so I am sharing it now. And appreciate you all. Thank you for the daily heart me friend. Appreciate that. So Steel Nail. So new people who are coming in the room, I usually say this. Martina, you were asking this question earlier, and I forgot to get to this. So when you have your live, if you know people, how you doing, Shay Sprays? How are you, friend? Oh, that's right. You put new. You're not new. I just realized that. You are not new. Here's what I would say to you. Does it give you an option for supporters or friends? For me, on my side, it says supporters. I think for you as a viewer, it says friends. I think that's what it says. It may say even followers or something like that. Following or followers. So, okay, yeah. So if you do the power sharing, why don't you tell me? Tell me if you press down real hard, what shows up? Because I think for me, as the live host, it says supporters, top supporters. What are we talking about? We're talking about going live with ease, friend. But you know what I was about to tell Martina? So Martina and I, we had a meeting. And so we met for a conversation. And one thing you want to, it says friends. Okay, there we go. Okay. And so one thing that you want to do is pay attention to people with blue boxes, okay? Or the orange heart means that they came in and did your daily heart rate. But the blue box represents people who, again, have come back to your live, come to your live, and they understand how to engage. So if you have a lot of people in your live, and this is just for everybody, because people will tell me often, like, I'm not getting any engagement. How do I get people to engage in my live? You actually want to make sure you spend some time teaching people, and you really can tell who knows how to properly engage. Thank you, Norma. Appreciate your friend. You can know really intentionally how people engage and if they know how to engage because they have that blue box. Okay, how many heartbeats do you have to get a week? You could do them daily. So you could do them daily. So daily, the daily heartbeats is seven a week. So yeah, so each day you're not supposed to be able to get one or per live. I'm sorry, per someone's live. So you can get probably an infinite amount if you do that as the live host. As the live host, how many daily heartbeats you can get? As many as people come into your room. Yeah, as many people come in your room. If they click it, that's totally fine. Yeah. TikTok has set me at a daily heartbeat goal, and we didn't achieve it, which is fine, but we didn't achieve it. I think TikTok set it at 25. That was the flash goal. The flash goal was daily heartbeats. So I think it was 25 they were asking me to get, 20 or 25. I know it was two something. But we can't give a daily heartbeat more than once a day for each room. Yes. So it's per room, but once a day. So at my 10 o'clock, if you did my 10 o'clock, you shouldn't be able to do my 4 o'clock, which is another thing for my life because I go twice a day to give a daily heartbeat, and you have people who will come back to both the morning and the afternoon. It's just, they shouldn't have done that. So, but it is something that they put out there. You said, I've heard people say they have required weekly amount. A required weekly amount as a live host? No. No. You said yes. I did it at 10, but can't now. Yes, so you did it at 10, yeah. So I've not heard that. Yeah, it's not a required weekly amount. Here's what will happen. Let me say this though. It is where if you don't have people coming back each week, so people are not coming back to get that daily heartbeat, your numbers will start reducing. So that will happen. So you will see a reduction in your daily heartbeat for returners. So the daily heartbeat, so when it comes to, let me explain the Scale Live Rewards. So the Scale Live Rewards is based on people coming back. The Scale Live Rewards is based on your diamonds and monetization. So per live, you get 2 metrics that you're paying attention to. How long, the duration of your life, how long you've been live, and how many new followers you have. So as you're getting new followers, you're paying attention to that. You say, know these streets well. Thank you so much. So you're paying attention to how long you go live. 25 minutes or higher is the optimization. You get 38% of your rewards, your diamonds. How many new followers? If people come in and click your new followers and they have never followed you before, 5 or more gets you 2%. So 38 plus 2 is 40%. The most you can earn per live is 40%. TikTok takes the other 60. Okay? So it's no longer 50-50. It is 60-40. It could be anywhere between 60% or 80% to TikTok, 20% to 40% to you. So it just depends on how long you go live and how many new followers you get. So 40% is that number. And then there are these weekly missions. The weekly missions is the other monetization. Hello, how you doing? Granny D, appreciate your friend. Congratulations, I'm leveling up to level 10. Look at you. This is good information for me. Thanks, friend. You're welcome. The other thing is weekly missions. So you get the per live amounts, that metric of how many new followers and how long you've been going live. And then you have those weekly missions. The weekly missions are based on how many days you've gone in that week. Week starts on Monday and it ends Sunday at midnight. Okay? So how many days a week you've gone live in that week? Okay. So earlier, my friend who came in earlier with that shared that they were having, I think it was um, Coach Jay, I believe, I can't remember. Thank you so much. How you doing, Jamie Lee? Thank you, pals. How are you, friend? So as you are going live and showing up each day, TikTok is saying, okay, that's great. You get up to 8% if you go over 2 days. So 2 or more days, you get 8%. Okay? Then the max you can get out of the weekly missions is up to 13%. The average person does not get 13%, but you can get 8%. You can get up to 8% if you go over 2 days, 2 or more days. If you go, I'm sorry, if the next metric is based on the daily heartbeat. If you get returning people to come back and new people to click your daily heartbeat, then TikTok says, oh, okay, that's great. So if you get 10 new followers or 10 people to click your daily heartbeat, you get a percentage for that. I think it's 1%. If you get 1.5. If you get 100, between 100 and 2,000, you get 1.5%. So those are your weekly missions. 2,000 or more, you get 2%. That's what I said. 13% is not realistic for most people because none of us are at 2,000 daily heartbeat people. But TikTok says if you get those people to come back and keep coming back and renew and continue to come back and support you, then you get monetized based on that. So you'll get anywhere between 1.5% to 2% for those people coming back. And then the last thing is based on your league. You see these daily rankings and popular votes. The TikTok mission is universe is covering it. But okay, the league. I'm C1, top 80%. If I click that, it goes on to tell me how many diamonds I need to collect in order to get to get to the B League. And so I got a lot of diamonds to collect, y'all. But I don't let it bother me. But with that being said, you have to collect diamonds and that'll get you to league up. And so as you are engaging, you're paying attention to all those things in your life. Now, for me, I tell you guys all the time, comparison is the thief of all joy. So you want to make sure you're not constantly stressing yourself out. There are some things you want to pay attention to. Like I said, the daily heart means one, new followers, how long you go live. Those are the things that I would say pay attention to initially. And then as you're looking to grow and continue to grow, then maybe there's some other things you want to focus on. I am going live 2 times a week once per my account, but I wasn't sure if I should just go live randomly. Going live 2 times a week, once per account. Per mom, if you want to see some real traction, you definitely have to go live more than 2 times per week, once per account. So you're technically only going live once a week because it's just one time per account. So you got to make sure that you go live. I say 4 to 5 times is probably where you want to be at, if not daily. Then the other part to that is that I will tell you, you want to make sure that you are picking a consistent time to go live. Okay? So not just once per week, or I'm sorry, not just random times. It is showing up at the same time, same day, or each day, same time, so that people can expect you. So if they're in these TikTok streets and maybe they're a person who got off work, it's 5 p.m. Eastern, they're getting off work, they pull their cell phone out, turn on TikTok, and they see you on that screen. They're like, hey, let me send in her live. She's here every time I go, every time I come off work. I want to meet with her. I want to connect with her. So again, that repetition and that consistency, people end up coming to your live and you end up gaining new followers because of that, because you're being consistent. I give the example all the time. If you are, okay, I can go see what I can do. Yes, absolutely. I'm working up to daily. Yes, leadership. How are you, friend? Leadership Revealed. You changed your name. Look at you. I love that. Time of day being the same. That's a challenge. Yeah. But if you want to see traction, you're going to have to figure that out. So here's the example I'll give. I give this analogy. If you got a favorite restaurant, you said, yeah, I changed it back. Okay, so it was something else before. It was lead something. It wasn't leadership revealed. It was lead something. Um, so I give the example. If you have a favorite restaurant, you love the food, you love the ambiance, you love the wait staff, you love all about this restaurant. It's your favorite restaurant's favorite food. But every time you go there, it's closed. You can't catch the time when it's open. You're constantly trying to figure out when will you be able to get your favorite meal there because it's constantly closed. I would say that's the experience your followers will have, or anybody who wants to consistently support you, but they can't because you're not being consistent. You're being inconsistent. So just recognize that that is important to show up and show up in a regular day and schedule and time so that people know what to expect. And then I obviously even put it in your bio. El Salvador, how are you, friend? How you doing, Monica? How is everything going, friend? Um, so you want to be as consistent as possible because your audience is going to be looking for you to show up. Okay? That's what I would tell you. Try your best to come up with a schedule. I know it's hard. I know it's challenging. For me, I started off going live at 4 p.m. I was like, okay, my day is pretty much over. And also, what it did was allow me the time before my son came home from preschool. My husband, he's home right around 4-ish, 3:30, 4 o'clock. But I was still, he's doing his little workout, he's walking, he's doing his thing. I'm able to come here and have this time. And then it allowed me to then get off because I was getting off during the 4 o'clock hour where I can go downstairs, maybe get some dinner ready. I can do some other tasks. Well, my husband, when I said I'm going to do this and I'm going to be consistent at it, he said, okay, well, I'll help with dinner and I can do some other stuff too because he's coming home from his walk and he's like able to pick up our son and I drop him off in the morning. So we just made a schedule around me and being able to go live and show up every day and be consistent at this. And then, it's again, I can get off at enough time to still spend time with my son and do my other things. How you doing, Dr. B? How are you, friend? So that's how our schedule worked. Now, again, I have him to support me in this. That may not be everyone's schedule, but if you want to see some traction, you're going to have to start showing up and start making sure that you are being consistent. And ideally, showing up daily. That's where you really see a difference, showing up daily. Let me know if there's any questions about that. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, especially my shy people, my nervous people, my scared people. My people are like, you know what? Maybe this is not for me. I will tell you it is. You can do it. Again, it is an adjustment, but if you show up, you'll find your audience. They want to hear from you. I always tell you that. This is about you showing up in this space, deliver your message, and they will love that. And they're going to get to know, like, and trust you. Okay? So, but you want to be consistent about it. All right, friends, let me know if there's other questions. I typically will spend some time just answering questions here. I don't have a full agenda. Absolutely be authentic and genuine. Yes, yes, that matters. That's where that know, like, and trust gets built. People feel like they are getting information that they can trust that you're being honest and authentic. Yeah. What about doing panel to discuss illness such as fibromyalgia? Oh wow, that's a good one. Let me cheer for that. Here's the deal. Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's funny you say that particular autoimmune because, well, first of all, not a lot of people in the room. I do have that autoimmune. That's actually, that's my secondary. And then also, I was talking to another person, and she was talking about that as part of her topic, and she was looking at maybe bringing that to this space. So yes, I think there's, yeah, you have it as well, Kelsey. Yeah, there's a lot of people who are dealing with it, and at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you create a space for it. And I was telling her that's exactly what I was sharing with her because I was saying how there are people who have different autoimmunes or different, elements, and they want community. They're seeking community. A lot of times we just want validation. Like it's not all in our head. There are other people who are dealing with that. So how do you create a space for that and be honest and authentic and real and all the things so that they can build that know, so you can build that know, like, and trust with your audience. It also seems important why we are live and what we want to accomplish in our lives. Yes, yes, I agree. It also seems it's important why we are live. Yeah, you want to tell people your journey. You want to share, and, like, again, being authentic. Share why you're there. I'm still confused about making another account. Won't lose all my followers. When you make another account, you are starting over. So you don't necessarily have those followers coming over to that account. They won't necessarily come over there. You got to ask them to come over there. So you hear me in this live where I say, "Oh, I'm going live at 8:30 tonight to do my TikTok shop. Come over to my at Dr. Lisa shops page. Go to that page if you want to come to my." So it's not here, and many of you don't follow me over there. So I am starting not necessarily from scratch because I got like 5,000 followers over there, but those are people who did not initially sign up for my shop page. It started off as a faceless account, so I got those followers that way. But now I've rebranded it and hid those videos, so now it's my shop page. So again, you're starting from scratch. I want to make sure I'm saying that you are starting from scratch. So your followers exist on this account. They don't necessarily exist on the other account. So you are starting over. Um, I follow Roger as well. Oh yeah, friend. Yes, Kelsey. Yeah, yeah. It's something that we need there needs to be more of a community for. Hold on one second. Let's see. I do 3 lives daily. One is back to back with different products, 2 30 minutes, and one is 1.5 hours. 3 lives daily. Yes. You're saying on different back to back with different products. Yeah, yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot. How's it going for you? Because the 3 lives daily, like I said, I do Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where there are 3 lives, but one is only the late night is the shop one. Thank you so much, Kelsby. I see your friend connected, but won't I have to qualify TikTok shop again on that other page? Yes, 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 you will. Yes, you will. Yes. So here's what I would tell you, Queens Girl. This account, it received TikTok shop. You can have this account as your TikTok shop account. So I don't know. Let's see. Your profile says she remembers who she was and the game changed. Faith, flow, frequency. So this account, if you're trying to post content based on what you were previously posting content on, probably would not perform well because TikTok shop is a different it's product based. So people who are looking for those products, TikTok pushes the content out to those people. So it really will take over your algorithm. So if you want to create another account that's focused on the topic that you originally have on that other account, that's what I would do, and maybe save this for TikTok shop. So I would say this is your TikTok shop account moving forward, and then your other account is the other type of content you were producing. That's what I would do. I wonder about a separate shop page and the benefits. You're wondering about a separate account. The separate, well, I just explained it. So the separate account is to make sure you can focus on TikTok shop. Yeah, it's a best practice because it does take over your algorithm, really. So on my new page, you'll see where my TikTok shop content is performing better than any other content that I do. It just performs that way. So I would say definitely do another account for whatever other type of content you want to produce. I was wondering how to get my followers to the other account because it's about something different. Yeah, you're gonna have to announce. You're gonna have to share that with them. Announce that you're over there. You can put something in your stories. Put a note. Yeah, but you're gonna have to just promote your other account. How are you doing, Coach Shay? Shay, how are you, friend? I was just thinking about creating me another account. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. You're welcome, friend. You're so welcome. Yeah. So I have a total. Let me explain this really quickly. I have a total of 3 accounts. So really quickly, this particular account, Dr. Lisa Launch Your Income, obviously it's about branding. It's about going live. It's about monetization. Those are like the 3 things I talk about. I stopped talking about TikTok shop because I have a couple early videos where I did talk about the microphone and content creation and tools I use to help go live or create content. So that was kind of the connection I was making for this account, but my videos still would not do well. So just recognize that is something that I did try to do early on. Well, what's happened is that, hello, Hardy, how are you, friend? Hello, Queens Girl. Okay, thank you. And then you said, Coach Shay Shay, for my launch, my shop. Yes. So here's what I would tell you, and this is for anybody who's looking to do shop, Coach Shay Shay. So my second account, which really was the account before this one, but we'll say my second account, it was my faceless account. And I had already had faceless content over there, affirmations, all the stuff that I was posting. I went ahead and made that page, that content private. Then I rebranded that page to be my shop page where you see me. I'm talking about tech products. It's all in my bio, tech, beauty, and wellness. I give my time, I have my email, all that is in that second account. And so I rebranded it probably about 3 weeks now. So this is the third week. And I did that. And what I was doing with this account, my Dr. Lisa launch account, is that I was looking for shop products. I was talking about it a lot here. I was actually going to my shoppable lives for that page. And I was sitting in the live and I would moderate, put comments in, tap the screen. It also was helpful for me to see when I would pin a product, I could see the view that you all saw in terms of the product being pinned. So you definitely need an account to support if you're gonna go live, okay? You're gonna wanna have another account to go in and look at the, help almost act as a moderator. So you're gonna have that account for that. Let me put a pin there because I wanna go back to that in a second. So I was doing that with this account. Here's what was happening. And so I'm still in this weird phase with TikTok right now. TikTok was like, oh, well, you're not just going live conversations. You're not just branding conversation. You're not just monetization conversations. You are now TikTok shop. Because I sat for 2 hours in a shoppable live for my other account. I would look at products for my other account on this account. I was telling TikTok very intentionally that I wanted TikTok shop here because I was letting the algorithm know that I was doing that type of content. I was talking about it all the time here, like I'm doing now, but I was doing that. And so TikTok was like, oh, okay, well, let me make sure you see that in your feed. Let me make sure that that's all you're going to get. So even when they do those creator search insights newsletters, that's all that was showing up was the affiliate program stuff. And so I was telling the algorithm in a very real way that that's what I wanted to do by my behavior and what I was sharing and saying. He said, I'm related to my husband said I should call my room peace on the couch and I'm crying. Is that what it is, Aunt? Peace on the couch. I love that. Yeah. So when it comes to 3 accounts, you want one account that is focused on whatever your topic's going to be. If it's going to be peace on the couch, you want that. If it's going to be whatever your other page or what your original page is on, maybe you create a separate page for that if you're a newer account. But whatever your page is, that you want to account for that content. You want to account for your shop content, okay? Because again, it will take over your algorithm. So you want to account for that. And then I said you want a third account because actually now I have a third account. So my third account, I always had a third account, but I just rebranded it. But my third account is now that account that is my moderator for my shoppable lives. So you will not see Dr. Lisa Launch Your Income today in that account because I'm trying to separate myself from that. But you will see my other account. So that's where I can see the products, I can pin them, I can do all the things. So that's what I would tell you to do, friends. So you are technically 3, but definitely 2. Okay. So yeah, that's what I would tell you guys. I'll call her in a second. Um, I can see. Okay. It says, I can see it now intro. I'm Peace, and this is the couch. Yes. Hello, class with Kelsey. How are you? I love that. Awesome. How are you, friend? Good job. Good job. I love that. How does the account act as a moderator? You actually added as a moderator. Yeah, you actually added as a moderator for you. So I have a second device. So I have my phone. I have my phone, and I just had it in there as a second device. Imposters block the real you after they take your videos. Yes, they do. Um, um, so Dr. Peg, yes, the imposters will block you. Yes, the imposters block you, which is toast is for a toaster. Thank you so much, Toast. How are you? Welcome to the room, Dr. Peg. So yes, they will, which is why you have another account. Since we're talking about accounts, you have another account that you can go and look up your name, look up your username, look up your nickname to see if you have an imposter. So if you have an imposter, then you can then take screenshots of that imposter page and how they are impersonating you, how they are impostering you. And then you have evidence to add to your copyright infringement when you're submitting that on to TikTok. So you gotta have a second account to do that with. Yes. So that's what I do. Also notice in the early days of lives, lots of creepy men popping in and out. Yes. Got it. Yes, Dr. B. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. You can definitely. Yes. You will. You will have a lot. Still do, but yes. I want to thank you. I'm well, and thank you for your valuable feedback. You're welcome, friend. I know. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Yes, they do. Yes, they still do. TikTok filtered somebody. I don't know what was said, but TikTok just filtered. How you doing, Miss Darlene? How are you, friend? Yes. Oh my God. Yes. That's so petty, taking credit for others' hard work. Yes. Tea shops. Yes. Yeah. People do that. I will see. I'll probably have some more imposters that pop up sooner than later. It's pretty bad. Yeah. They. I've had to get rid of. I think I'm upwards of about 8, maybe 9. Might be about 9 at this point. And they keep coming up, and I'll pop them back down, take them out. So that's how I do it. Just keep submitting the form. You said, I'm like, is this a dating site now? No, it's not. For some people, it might be, I guess, but you gotta be careful. Some of those things are not real. They're like scammers. So you gotta be careful about that. So I just ignore them. So they send a little DM message. Just ignore them, and they come in here and they say anything. I say, I accept compliments. Thank you very much, and keep it moving. I appreciate it though. I just keep on, keep on. So I don't say much about it. Yes. Yep. That and the creepy messages, yeah. So again, I ignore them. I just ignore them. So they get unread. And so, or definitely, or if I do read them, I don't accept. I just read it in the little, in the on the message, and I don't accept it, and they just stay in the like a unread box. So yeah. I will have to learn how to actively monitor for that. I know you talked about that previously. Tea shops, you know what? You must have got filtered. What did I talk about? Let me know because you might have got filtered. You just deleted 157 of them. Oh wow. Oh my goodness. Yes, how you, Nikki, you're laughing at me. Yeah, tea shops, you must have got filtered. Your original comment got filtered. Let me know because I know TikTok had just filtered somebody. So I don't see what you are replying to. I have to learn how to actively monitor for what. What are you monitoring for? I know you talked about that previously. Oh, how to identify imposters. Gotcha. Yes, I did. So um, typically, what happens is that people will come here and say, "Oh, I got a message." So it's funny. I was actually on my live yesterday, and I somebody one of y'all came. I'm not gonna say who, but somebody came to my live, and they shared hello, blah, blah, blah. And then I messaged them back, the right account. I messaged them back as a thank you for attending the live, because you guys know I do that. I thank you all, I send you a heart, or I thank you for attending my live. So I messaged them thank you message. About 20 minutes later, another account popped up and said, "Oh, this is my new account, my secondary account. I know the other account is really overused a lot and I don't get a chance to respond." So clearly it was the imposter message. And I looked at it and I looked at them and I was like, "Oh, this is the imposter account." So I messaged them and I said, "You have an imposter friend. You have arrived now. You now have an imposter." But yeah, so the impersonators out there, they usually use that type of language where they're saying, "Oh, this is my backup account," or "This is some other account that I can't use." And then as you accept that message, then it becomes where they will continue to message you. And they will talk about, for my imposters, they're talking about crypto and investing and some other stuff that is not what I talk about. I did a live Thursday with your podcast co-host, and we had a great audience and got gifts. Congratulations, friend. Andrea, thank you so much. Adrian, thank you so much for sharing. Look at you, friend. That's what it's all about. Making clips from the live as we speak. Look at there. Got it. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So the impersonators, they'll send those type of messages. If you just so happen to have one, you can do a TikTok legal form. Don't do it in the app. There's actually the website you have to go to. So that's what you want to do to get rid of them. When you add the moderator account, how do you see it? Why not moderate from your live account? Your live account, you can pin products. Is that what you mean from a shop perspective, Dr. Beck? I'm doing it because I can see the view that you guys see. So when I pin a product, you see a product there. As the live host, you don't see what your viewers see. So it allows you to see the advantage of that way. And then you can have the other account, like I have my cell phone on the screen or in my hand. I'm able to then also pin products, because you can pin products as a moderator, and I can remove people who are acting up as a moderator. My tablet actually sits back so you can see my screen, my table of products. So it's just a different way to engage, because I have the phone and the tablet is next to me. Hello, friend. How are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, someone tried that in me for one of my favorite comedians sending me DMs. They think we're dumb. Yeah, it's horrible. Sarah, hey, Portia. I think you got a message from me, friend. I thought you meant regular lives, not shop. Yeah, I was talking about shop for the moderator. My regular live, I don't have a moderator here. I don't have a moderator, so yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. Appreciate it. I'm gonna stay on another 5 minutes so I can answer questions. I'm gonna get off right at 9:30. 5:30. Let me know if there's any other questions. I'm happy to stay on a little longer. Some people fell for it though. Keanu Reeves DMs me all the time. Does he? Oh, that's funny. You must follow him then, huh? Oh, that is so funny. Yes. Um, he said 11:25 here in Sweden. Oh wow, I did not know it was Sweden there. How are you? Wow. Is that yeah, that's PM. Wow. My goodness. Look at you leveled up. I'm sure it's really him. Not. I know. So he's on TikTok? Wait a minute, I didn't even know he's on TikTok. Is he on TikTok for real? Oh, that's funny. So yeah, guys, I am going to be doing my TikTok shop live, my shoppable live. Like I said, this account, I'm still dealing with the algorithm issues. I'll figure it out. It'll be fine. It does typically last for about 2 weeks before you see any change in your views and how people are engaging. So it's a minute. So he said, I look familiar. Am I an actress? Oh my gosh. That is funny. Oh wow, that's funny between the two. Yeah. Oh, yes, friends. So yeah, it's interesting, interesting. So let me know if you have any last. Yes, they're awful. Yeah, yeah. The impersonators. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, you definitely want to do the copyright infringement. Make sure you get rid of them so that way there's no confusion, especially when it comes down to, essentially as you're thinking about promoting a certain product or service, it becomes too confusing. Your viewers, they're like, oh, are you messaging me? So I stopped messaging people, which is unfortunate. Now, my other page, I try to message you because to me, that's proper etiquette. When people take their time to come and support you, you want to make sure you say thank you. So that makes sense, but I couldn't continue to do that on this page because it was just too much confusion about was I messaging you or was somebody else doing it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Bye. Appreciate your friend. Thank you so much. Um, and so, yeah, you definitely want to make sure you're supporting that. All right, friends, say thanks for joining me live, but haven't lately because of imposters reaching out. Yes. Yep. That's it. Yeah, that's what I have to say. And make sure that you all know I don't do the DMs. But you know what? The copyright infringement has removed them for the moment, so they will pop up. I appreciate your messages after the last. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys don't have to do that. So I appreciate you all showing up and supporting and doing that much. So that's what it's all about as you build your community. Thank you all who are coming in. I see you all joining. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm about to head off. Like I said, I got some couple little projects to do. I got to do some work to make sure my products are working correctly, as well as I'm setting up my screen. I was kind of pressed for time yesterday, so I really felt rushed. So I'm trying to make sure I'm being cognizant of my time as much as I'm trying to be present. So I don't want to change my schedule as of yet. That is in the back of my head that I may have to adjust like my 2 lives a day and so I can do the shop at one. He said, how was the graduation? It was super cute. My latest video, you'll see it in my content. I did a little picture of him in his cap and gown. You guys see him walking away. So he's like walking and in his cap and gown. I just couldn't resist filming him. So I was like, I'll use this for content. But super cute, super cute. He was crying at first and he was very brave about it because he was singing their little, they had you'll see in the video where he has a cap and gown on, but before that, they had their regular clothes on. He had a little suit on, and he was on the stage, and they were singing a song, and then they changed them into their caps and gowns, and they processed through the aisles. So when he was on the stage, he couldn't see us. So he was literally wiping tears away while he was doing his little song and the hand gestures and stuff. So I had this picture of him wiping tears as he's as he's moving, moving around. But when he processed through the aisles, he was able to see us, and he was like waving. He kept waving. And then he when I got him at the end, he said, "Mommy, I was crying." I said, "Baby, we saw it. We saw it." Um, collect your points, everyone. Yes, collect your points. Any tips on going live? I plan to do it. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. It went away. Thank you so much. Hold on 1 second. Any tips on going live? I plan to do it every day for a month. Look at you. Awesome. My emo diaries. I love it. Yes. Any tips? Well, first of all, stay consistent. Find a schedule, a time that you can do it every day. It doesn't have to be for at least do 30 minutes. So 30 minutes every day, same time of day. If you can try that, that's the best thing. So people get accustomed to you showing up, being there for them. That's what it's all about. So you want to be consistent as possible. And just talk. Just keep talking. People will come in. Make sure you give people your journey. Oh, Graceful Pamela, subscribe. Oh, how you doing, friend? Thank you for subscribing. I just saw that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you joining. I did a shoppable live on Wednesday. I'm not shoppable live, oh Lord. that's in my brain now. I did my subscriber only live on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. So I have a clip that I put as a sub only video, but my next one will be the second week of June. So not this week coming up, but the following week. So I try to do them every other week, so you can have a subscriber only live. My 5-year-old grand twins they graduate next Friday. Yes, it's, oh my gosh. I know it's kind of different to have the preschool graduations, but it's so cute, and I think it's something to be said about celebrating those small moments, those transitions for them. So I'm not one of those people that say it's overkill. I really do think it's a great thing to do. So it's so cute. So he had his little cap and gown on, and he was so proud of himself. And then when you see him, yeah, I've caught him a couple times looking at graduation, like if the news has some graduation, commentary on and stuff. He's like, "Oh, look, they graduated." So he connects to that now. So it's a super sweet thing. You are 1 minute past. I'm 1 minute past. Oh yeah, I'm 2 minutes. Cuteness overload. It is. It's so much cuteness. So yeah, so we have that memory. So it was. Thank you for asking that because it's really sweet. All right, friends. Let me let you go. I appreciate you all showing up and supporting. And like I said, right now the room is not rooming the way it normally does, but we will be okay. I'm just having to get through this shoppable phase part thing. I said I was gonna do a TikTok shoppable live on a shop conversation over there on the other account. I probably will because I'm gonna try to phase out this conversation over here and just use that for the other page. But I have to kind of figure out when I'm gonna do it. I probably won't do it today. I didn't do it yesterday. I won't do it today. Maybe tomorrow. So we'll see. But I appreciate you. Thank you all. Thank you all for showing up and supporting. I will see you if you come by 8:30. I would appreciate it. So I'll see you later or not. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. All right, my friends. Thank you who are all here supporting. Thank you as well. Make sure you subscribe and like the live, and all support is appreciated. And if you go to my channel and like a video, comment, and subscribe, I'll go to yours and do the same because I see the notifications, so I'll have that as well. All right, take care, friends. Bye bye.